WNST Tasselbridge, brought to you by our friends at Cole Roofing. I got the Royal Farms coffee right here in the Cole Roofing mug. Billy Cole and Fister Energy have gotten together, along with myself on Thursdays, to welcome in people who are doing good stuff in Baltimore to promote some causes, almost all of it for charitable and good resources. I've done other things for the Ulman Fund in the past. I want to welcome on a Facebook friend of mine. She lives locally and works locally and is doing one of the damnedest things I've ever heard of. I'm still trying to understand it. We welcome Megan Alley on. She'll be doing a fundraiser over at Catonsville at Piece of Pizza on Tuesday for the Ulman Fund. But that's not really what's going on here. What's really going on is you're trying to get to Key West, and I can't blame you. It's going to be sunny down there in September, Megan. Welcome in. Happy to have you aboard, and I hope your running legs are together as you and some friends are literally running to Key West, right?
Yes, I'm so excited. It's definitely been a long journey to get here, though.
Well, tell me
miles.
the whole thing, because it's not just you running there, and I don't know if this has been done by someone else. I'm kind of a crazy guy myself. I did 30 ballparks in 30 days 3 years ago for the Bone Marrow Registry, and when I did it, I Googled it and found 3 other people that had actually done it. I don't know what this thing you're doing is, but it's sort of a caravan of running and cancer awareness that's going to take you over the course of a week or two down to Florida in September, correct?
So, yes, it's actually called Point to Point, and it is for the Ulman Cancer Foundation. And it's actually 35 of us, and that ranges anywhere from drivers, runners, supporters. And
how many vehicles? I mean, are you doing that like on a tour bus or like what?
No, so it's actually like different vans, and every 2 miles or so, they have a van set up for us to checkpoint at along the way.
How many miles will each person run? So I want to Google map that. Baltimore to Key West is what? Maybe 900 miles?
It's a little over about 1,500 miles.
It's 1,500 miles? It's that far?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Okay. Well, that just shows I never walked it. I've driven as far as Fort Lauderdale, but it didn't feel like it was that far. So 1,500 miles, all 35 people running or no?
No. So those 35 participants so far, those are drivers who actually happen to be survivors, or they can still be patients themselves. And then you have the runners, and then you have supporters along the way, too, that we meet in each state.
I got it at 1,255 miles, 18 hours and 57 minutes if you were to just drive it straight. What is your itinerary? You're leaving on September 15th, right? So that'll be the weekend that the Ravens are 2-0, hopefully, after beating Cincinnati on Thursday night. So you're starting your whole thing that week. How long is this whole thing going to take you to do?
So the goal is 7 days, and as a group, they've decided not to mark it in how many miles we're running a day, but per hour. So we'll be running on an hourly basis.
You're going to sleep 8 and then run 3 and then sleep, is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, pretty much maybe we'll run 3 in the morning. I'll take a break. Somebody else will run, and the whole itinerary will be sent out before the run, so we know exactly what we're doing.
All right, this happens in September. I want to get everybody out to the Ulman Cancer Fund. You can find it. Tell me the easiest way to find it. Is it on the Ulman Cancer site, or is there a website you want to send people to?
So I would like to attach the link, but if you actually go to the ulmancancerfund.org, and you can click on Point to Point, and then from there you can click my name, and you'll see my fundraising page.
I'm going to share this out on my Twitter and my Facebook, and obviously it's out on the YouTube page too. So, the fundraising part of this, is this unique to you doing this and dreaming this idea up, or has this been done by other people with Ulman or with other charities? I've heard of sort of listen, I've been doing radio 27 years, right? People come in and they're riding a bike across the country, or they're taking pictures. There's people that do all sorts of things, but this is such a unique thing that you're doing, and why Key West and why here and now? I just want to hear the whole background of when you woke up one day and decided to do this.
So, unfortunately, I am a true believer that everything happens for a reason, that these things are just put into your life at a good time. So a couple months ago, my friend mentioned this run, and she was like, yeah, they're running all the way down the East Coast. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm like, okay, well, I had to put it on the back burner because a lot of stuff was happening. My Uncle Mike was diagnosed with cancer on Memorial Day, 2018. And unfortunately, he passed away a little under a month later.
Wow. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when things happen like that. It spurs action. I mean, same in my life. My wife had cancer 4.5 years ago. That we're still involved, and you'll always be involved. That's the that's the awareness part of it. But that's a tough story. But then running the Key West, on the backside of that, something happened in there, right?
Yeah, so it was just like I obviously put everything to the side. We took care of that as a family, and then it was like, I started doing more research on it. I started doing more research on the Ulman Cancer Fund and like exactly what they were about. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to join the point-to-point team. I did it, and here we are.
Here we are. All right, well, Piece of Pizza is where you're hosting a fundraiser. That's going to happen on Tuesday the 31st. That's over in Catonsville for anyone who wants to help out. Megan Alley is my guest. She's a friend of mine from around town and on Facebook and whatnot, and she's doing a good turn with a bunch of friends to go down to Key West for the Ulman Cancer Fund. All of this is brought to you by our friends at Cole Roofing. Billy Cole and I got together and decided that we should use part of our airtime here every week to promote people like Megan, people in the community. If you have a story to tell, if you're doing something cool coming up in September, October, November, maybe even into next year, I will put you on the docket. We do these on Thursday morning. They're all brought to you by our friends at Cole Roofing and Fister Energy. And Billy Cole's down at the beach eating Thrasher's French fries right now and making me jealous and gaining weight. But he'll be back next week to talk some sports with us as well. Megan, for everybody on the Piece of Pizza thing you guys are doing on Tuesday, give me a little lowdown on that to invite everybody down there to help you out.
So it is at Piece of Pizza in Catonsville, which is actually where I used to work. So
the pizza's good is what you're telling me?
Yes, I love pizza. My favorite meal.
Who doesn't love pizza?
From 4 to 8 p.m. on the 31st of July, a portion of what we raise, as in any meals you buy, any salad, food, will be donated back to the Ulman Cancer Fund. And we'll actually be having baskets that people have donated, like Piece of Pizza's donated a basket. We've had some wine baskets, just a lot of great stuff and hopefully a lot of fun.
I'll donate some Purple Rain 2s if that helps you out. So I'll throw that into the kitty too. If you got some readers out there in Catonsville want to read about the illustrious past of the Baltimore Ravens, I'll keep the Orioles book out of there for you. I mean, nobody wants to be reading that right now. Megan Alley's our guest. She's doing it for the Ulman Cancer Fund. You can find her out on Facebook. You can also find her point-to-point page out on the Ulman Cancer Fund for young adults. And she, along with 35 others, doing a caravan down in the Key West to help things raise funds and raise awareness for cancer. And sorry about your Uncle Mike. I mean, obviously we hear cancer stories every day, but very, very inspired that you're doing this thing. And I hope you're training for this thing. I mean, how many miles do you expect to run over the week?
So I actually try to run 10 to 15. I try to do 3 long runs a week.
Wow. No, that's different than my knees can handle at this point. I do hot yoga 3 times a week, so that's my thing. Megan, good luck to you. We'll see you at a Piece of Pizza on Tuesday from 4 to 8. They're raising some dough for Ulman Cancer Fund as well. Tell everybody how to exactly find you and get in touch. You got an email, you got a text, someplace where people can find you.
I do, so you can reach me at meganalley21 at yahoo.com, or you can text me at 443-955-4615.
Appreciate you. The Ulman Cancer Fund for young adults. Megan Alley's fundraising page is up. She'll be at a Piece of Pizza doing good stuff for Ulman Cancer Fund. All of it brought to you by our friends at Cole Roofing. We're going to get back to the sports and the Ravens and the Dear Orioles series and all of that good stuff. We are each and every week on Thursday doing community and charity stories promoting good causes. If you got one, toss me an email, nasty@WNST.net. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, streaming live right here on our Facebook as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570 and WNST, Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.